Today we're going to be talking about dividing with decimals. In previous years, you would have used a remainder if you had any numbers left over. But in grade 7, we're going to be working on creating a decimal instead of a remainder, because in the real world, you can't go to a store and ask for a remainder. If I was asking for paint, I wouldn't ask for 23 remainder 4 gallons of paint. I'd be asking for a decimal. So let's work on a problem. Say I have 4, and I want to see how many times it will go into 162. If I'm using the long division way, I first ask myself how many times will 4 go into 1? Well, we know that 4 does not go into 1, so I'm going to put a 0. 1 take away 0 is 1. Then I bring down the next number. Then I ask myself, how many times will 4 go into 16? Using my guide on the board of my times tables, I can determine how many times 4 will go into 16, or I can use what I already know about the numbers and say that 4 goes into 16 4 times. I know that it does go into 4 times because 4 times 4 is 16. And I see how many I have left, which is 0. I'm then going to bring down the next number, which is 2. I ask myself, how many times will 4 go into 2? Well, I know that 4 is too big, so it won't. This is where it gets fun. I would say it doesn't go in, so I put a 0 here, and I would be normally left with a remainder of 2. But in this situation, we're going to add a decimal point. And we know that we can put as many zeros past the decimal point I want, and it doesn't change the number. So I'm going to add a decimal point with a 0, and I'm going to bring that 0 down. Now I'm going to ask myself, how many times does 4 go into 20? Again, using our classroom anchor charts, or just knowing off the top of your head, or counting on your fingers, whatever strategy works best for you, I know that 4 will go into 20 5 times. 5 times 4 is 20. When I subtract them, I get 0. Therefore, my final answer is 40.5.